Hello, I'm Joshua. This is the Joshua Tree. My parents founded the Joshua Tree when I was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 5, when they found out there was a significant lack of support after my cancer treatment had ended. I'm very proud of the Joshua Tree and all that they do to support families going through childhood cancer.
If you are ever unlucky enough to have your lives affected by childhood cancer, you will wonder how you ever survived without the help and support of the Joshua Tree charity. For Claire and Keith Carrick, devastation struck when their beautiful little boy Noah was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive cancer. Today I'm joined by Noah's wonderful grandma Christine, who bravely tells her family's story and how the Joshua Tree supported them through their cancer journey and beyond.
Well, there's two different types of rhabdo. His was the worst of the two. They came out and said, we've got to go up to the oncology ward. And I thought, why? You know, it's just a birth, I don't understand. And we've got to go to America. And I thought, I just was mind blown, to be quite honest. The journey home was horrendous. And we just sort of sat silently pondering on what was to come, you know. He had the main part of the lump removed, but it had grown down and around his spine, so they couldn't get it all. So that was the idea of all the treatments he had to have. And then to America to use the proton beam on the area to stop any growth from coming. Because he had to have this therapy every day, during the week, 5 days a week, and then a couple of days off. So it wasn't long before, travelling along, he cottoned on where we were going. He didn't like being there, to be fair. He was a bit of a handful there, but they were brilliant with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then returning from America, and positive news really came quite soon after that, didn't it, for your family? And the cancer had gone.
Yeah, stabilised, yeah. No, we had scans that showed NED, no evidence of disease, and we thought, we've cracked it.
Life was finally looking up for you and your family. Noah enrolled in nursery, didn't he?
That's right.
And was doing really, really well. And then started to feel unwell again, didn't he?
Yeah, he started complaining. I mean, he didn't still have very good speech, but he used to say, my head is hurt. And we were playing with a ball, and I noticed his left hand had clawed a little. Oh, and I thought, God, there's something going on here. The cancer had returned, but in his brain.
And your worst dreams became
Just,
a reality.
It was awful, can't tell you.
I can't even imagine what you went through as a family. And you were told that basically now it was about trying to prolong his life rather than finding a cure.
Yeah, I just fell apart at that, to be quite honest. I remember my husband coming home from work and I was just in a ball on the floor and said, it's gone to his brain, you know, and we were just absolutely in pieces. He had his brain tumour removed and he had the treatment after. I mean, he was fine. After the surgery, he was absolutely, you would not have known he'd had any treatment. He was absolutely fine. What we're doing now, where we're going.
Noah, although was undergoing treatment, and I know that the prognosis was bleak at this point, but he did start school, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
In the September.
Yeah, we finally got him into school. He was absolutely made up, school uniform and everything. He was the bee's knees at school. Everybody loved him. We did the Christmas play. It was just precious time.
You and your kids, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
A short time after that, I think it was your birthday.
It was my birthday. You had to go for another routine MRI and yeah, it was everywhere. They said it's going to be pretty soon, Mum, you know, so I went along to Clare House. He was really sore when we were moving him. His body had become really sore. And as I got there, Claire and Keith were just putting him into bed. And as I walked in, Noah said, oh, Grandma, it's all right, Daddy, Grandma will do it now, you know. And so I said, I'll take over. And I was able to help him get into bed. It was almost like he needed me and I needed that as well, you know. So, yeah, he knew I was there and we hugged and we chatted and Yeah, and then I went home and he died within a couple of days after that.
And you as a family have to deal with life without him. How difficult has that been? How can you get through every day?
Well, it's just such a void. I can't even explain that void.
And the Joshua Tree,
Oh, yes.
a remarkable charity that has really come into its own for you, hasn't it, as a family, and is still helping you now, just over 2 years on from Noah's passing, and you're still using the services, aren't you?
Yeah.
What services have you used and how have they benefited you?
Well, we were introduced to the Joshua Tree maybe a year or so after the diagnosis, and they instantly took us in, so we would go and visit them. There was toys there, and Noah would just blitz the place, and they loved him, he loved them. But on the days when I was struggling, I also had a named worker who I could contact, and who would actually contact me regularly as well. So even when I thought, I can't say all this again, and they would pick up on when I wasn't right. They were so intuitive, I can't tell you. The support was professional, but it was done in such a friendly way. They also arranged me to have counselling when I was really, really struggling. I got into quite a dark place, to be fair. I wasn't grandma anymore, I wasn't wife, I didn't know who I was. And they arranged counselling. Oh my gosh, it was so beneficial. It isn't something I would have done myself. I did phone up the doctors and ask for help, but they said, there's a 6-month waiting list, we'll get you. I wouldn't have lasted that long. And when I spoke to them at the Joshua Tree, they said, come on Tuesday, and it was that quick. They know about children with cancer. If you go to any other counsellor, I can't imagine that they would have been able to pick up on what we were.
No, it's the expertise.
Absolutely, in that area. So yeah, it was just pivotal really in us getting back on track. Without them, I was really going into a dark place.
So what does it mean to you, the Joshua Tree?
It's everything. I mean, I don't think I would be here now. I don't. They literally picked me up and supported me.
The Joshua Tree understands that a family's cancer journey does not finish once treatment for the disease has ended. They tailor their services to support families like the Carricks in whatever way they can, helping to ease the burden that comes with such a life-changing diagnosis. Please find it in your hearts to give what you can today so that this essential work can continue. Thank you for watching. And Noah, everybody thinks you are a superhero.